call the commission meeting to order at 2:01. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes for Monday, June 3rd.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Do you have no corrections? Is that correct? I will second that. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. The minutes approved as read. Okay, they were coming up at 2:15. Okay. Need to make sure that, what do you think we need to do to make sure the new meeting times, if we start in July, should make sure let's get that on the website? And I think all the media comes here, we need to make sure that they know about that.
So it starts July 2nd and...
Yes, we'll start Wednesday. We'll have we'll start at 10, and then regular meeting at 1, I think is the way we decided. We'll have a work session from 10 to 12, and then a break, and then did he say, I think, he just said start at 2.
I thought I wrote it down as Tuesday.
So, Tuesdays, yeah, it was Tuesdays, I said Wednesday, yeah. That was Tuesdays. It's the Wednesday this month, we're going to start on the budget, that's all right, you're correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, you think 1 or 2?
Pardon? 2, he said, yeah, I think he,
Somewhere I wrote down 1.
At 1 o'clock, if we're gonna be here from 10 to noon, and we're gonna do from 12 to
Right.
2, we can always start at 1 o'clock, and then whenever we get done business.
exactly,
1 to 4,
Yep.
whatever.
yeah, on the floor, that gives you a little time to get back down to your office.
So you want me to I can email the department head.
Yeah. And we'll take care of notifying the media.
And also email department heads that on Wednesdays and July, June, you're having budget
Yeah.
workshop.
Budget, our budget hearing.
Nobody else can do this, but
Okay. You got something for us, Matt? You're up here for Leroy? What do we got on the agenda here? Did you get anything done with the bridge down there? Were you able to do anything at all?
We took the crane down there and worked all day yesterday with the clamshell, but we couldn't even tell we did anything, so. Until the water goes down far enough, we can get our excavator down there. You know, the water gets low enough, we can get down in there. Or, you know, if the water comes up again, maybe some of it'll go out there. It's either gonna get worse or better,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, don't be afraid if you go back out there again, continue to take pictures and date it.
I took
Okay.
pictures yesterday when he was out there and dated it. I'm trying to keep it documented.
keep it documented, and, at some point in time, try to have another powwow, something, and, see if we can't get some kind of, answer. We're not
Well,
going to hear.
This is the second time it's flooded since they built the bridge, and I've got pictures from the first one, and then I got pictures from this one, so. But the first time, everything left, and I don't know why that stuff didn't go out there,
Well,
but it
do
just
you
stayed
think
there.
it's because there's more riprap this time?
I don't know.
Has there been, it looks like there's quite a bit there.
There is a lot there.
Well, the way you're gonna get it is if it quit raining for a week or two, go out there and just have a good fire.
Yeah, the only thing is it's
Too close.
underneath the bridge, and
And then we'll be liable to, if they go back to the structure.
That's an industrial park. This is a question mark right here because it's either or.
Right. See, I was wanting to talk, was talking to Chris a while ago about it. If we're gonna try to do anything on the budget for next year on anything, or if we're gonna wait and see how the deal with Leroy goes.
We'll probably wait to see how it goes with them.
For what's that?
I will have to get the ground off of it. Or if we continue on, we don't vote in the budget for.
Oh, yes.
And all that,
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's, we'll have to wait and see.
see what,
Yeah, we gotta see how fast this other's gonna transpire as far as it goes.
80 acres. They had a couple tracts in there, 11 acres, because you had mentioned something that you wanted, like, now that, I don't know how the location is. And it's right on this side.
Yeah, this is actually the piece of ground that I was looking at, that I thought would be good.
Which one?
The 80 acres,
How much?
the 80 acres, or
Oh,
79
yeah.
acres.
Well, yeah, but they, I don't think we'll get it.
Where's the other?
You had these two tracks here, which is 11 acres.
Afternoon, Bruce.
You got this
How you doing?
here. I don't know.
How are you?
See, that's.
Good. See, you got your valley
and it's
falls.
easier to see there, right?
That's their colors, yellow and
Oh.
black.
Four days black and gold.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we.
Do you know, you didn't,
Pat,
you didn't lay out
all
all that,
annexed into the city.
yeah, I was running a dairy house, I do a lot of work around dairy
I
stuff.
thought it was, it's all.
I know the
Yeah,
family.
This part this is not, and this is not, but if it's owned by somebody who petitions the county commission, they have to be able to annex it, so you can annex it.
Like this here, like, they more or less said that, I don't know about this, this is very good, but it's either all or none. So this would be in city.
Yes, those are in the city.
They was,
Yeah, I was wondering, I'd rather stay away from that. Just because then we'd have to go through them to get the building permits and all that. I guess you would.
They have to now.
Right. I guess you would have, if you did go through once, you'd have fire protection or anything, water, sewer.
I mean, the infrastructure's there.
Right.
see, I was told $2,500 an acre, and then we kinda talked, and they kinda pussyfooted around that, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same price for this here. I guess if you did have to go get your building permits or anything, it might be worth it for the simple fact that you would have your water and sewer and everything. But
Jeff, this is Sheila, he said these two lots here look pretty nice, I don't know. See, I thought that's all the way to the line, but it doesn't, that gold star.
I'll have to go out and look at it. You talking about this here or these two?
You either combine these two here, 4 acres, 4 acres.
You want this or?
You take it.
We talked about possibly looking into tearing up a couple miles of road or something next year and redoing it. Is that something you'd like to see on next year's
Those
budget.
are what I want to work on, rather than the surfaces this year.
Right,
Edmonds. Effingham.
right.
I think you need to put that in the budget every year, so much.
Yeah, well, yeah, any of those, I could get that old 73 highways and have a good enough base, where we just, I mean, don't you think, I mean, but those ones that we come in and chip and see, I
Right.
doubt that there's enough base there to handle.
Yeah, there's concrete underneath the old highway.
Right.
That's why you always see the edges about that far in, you know, breaking off, because that's where the old highway
Right.
ended.
Right. But I mean, yeah, I think we just need to, I'd really love to have a meter out there, but I think a lot of people would be surprised at the traffic on that.
I'm
That
surprised.
road. Yeah, and I don't know that we go, you know, have to take a long time. I'm not, really, just from Effingham to 4 Mile Corner is the worst. The other section is really not that bad. And then when you get to, you know, Jefferson Town line, of course, it's real good down there. I think they had KDOT do theirs or something. It looks like actually it's pretty good. But anyway, that would be my thinking. I mean, even if it's a 2-year project or something, I mean, 'cause I know it's not gonna be cheap, but,
Right.
you know, I think we need to take that in, some of those things into consideration.
Well, I guess I was kind of I misunderstood you a little bit maybe, I'm not sure, but these, budget meetings we're getting ready to have, I was thinking they were more workshops to see what the commissioners and I wanted in the budget, or is that
Oh, you can
to trim the budget down?
You can talk to Chris, you can give Chris your wish list, and then we'll talk.
Okay. Yeah, we had, I talked to Chris this morning, so.
Yeah, there's Mary, so I can get Mary. Just talking about you, Mary.
Oh,
Before I forget it, and we discussed this, we are starting in July, we were going to 1 meeting a month. We may have, because we may have one meeting a week.
okay.
And they'll be on Tuesdays, and they'll start the workshop at 10 in the morning, and then the regular meeting will be 1 to 4. And they're all open sessions, but I mean, it's still, there'll really be no action, it'll be just the workshop and stuff.
That starts at 10.
Yeah, in the workshop, and then the actual business meeting will start at 1 o'clock. And we're we'll be going to Tuesdays. We're gonna try it and see how it works.
And that starts,
July 2nd, I think it's.
Okay.
We're getting ready, we're finishing up, well, we got rained out today, but we're down here on,
Well, it's not raining out there.
huh?
We didn't get rain.
Really?
Well, we did rain, you know, between Langston, right there at Tony Jackson.
Right, I heard churches was full.
Oh, they run, yeah, they run, and then you run out of rain, and then you run into rain again, but we wanted a little more rain to get the beans to cover, but we got just a nice good sprinkle this morning, that's about it, so.
Well, what I was gonna say is, we're finishing up down here, we're gonna move out to Edwards Road, south of Effingham. No matter what, we need to do some patching out there.
Yeah.
You know, just to fix up enough for,
Right.
till next year. But if we do put a couple miles in the budget, are you thinking probably, would you rather start from Effingham and go south, or start at like 4 Mile Corner and go north?
I don't know who you talk to. Well, yeah, if you pull Effingham, they're gonna, theirs there first,
Right.
so.
So should I just gotta pick up
Where do you
work?
think the worst section, I mean, to me, the first 2 miles is probably from Effingham, that may be the roughest, and I would say that's the worst at this point.
That would be a good starting point.
Yeah, and that section there at the west edge of town is ours too.
I'm just saying, you know, that way I'll know, I'll tell the guys, you know, just do enough to get by till next year.
Well, let's just shoot that as a goal, so,
Okay.
and we'll see how it fits in the stuff later, so.
And we'll know on our budget, you know, if we decide to change our mind or something, we can always go out there and see it. So.
just reported that the debris and garbage at the Harrington Bridge is still the same, they couldn't move it, they can't get it to move.
We went out there with our crane and worked for a day with the clamshell and the crane, and there's just too much in there. You know, we could work out there for a week and not get done.
David Royer called me yesterday morning, he said there's some guys from Topeka down there fishing, and they was walking across that.
Yeah, well, I think there must have been some boat, was they boat fishing? Somebody told me there had been somebody down there boat fishing. There's a bunch of gar
So,
swimming out there.
That when they have 13 inches of rain.
pardon?
Do they have 13?
What's that?
All our cleanups and nothing, and that was.
Yeah, I heard reports of that, but,
Was that third,
I heard
the
that.
13, where the 13 inches came?
uh,
See, David Royer's dad, he's 97 years old, he
Right.
always reports, he's always the first one, he called, and that was the year, that's what we had, the year to date.
okay,
And the highest report of 9 was up around Fairview, is what
Okay.
I heard actually, I mean, that somebody said, well, I heard 13 inches, but they couldn't remember.
yeah, they were reporting that on the radio.
Yeah.
But that's what David told me, he said, he said, my dad, he didn't realize until after, that was his, he keeps total, you know, he gives the total amount the year fall, rather than the year rainfall, rather than what that event was. Yeah, it's good on some mistakes.
Yeah. How many inches? I mean,
13 is what Arrington at his gauge has reported since the first of the year.
okay.
Yeah. The highest report we heard was Fairview, there's somebody at Fairview at around 9 inches.
Okay.
But see, all that comes down to Delaware, down to, what do they call it, is that Delaware watershed, or in that river?
Yes.
And, so, we need to get those farmers down there to get up there and buy that land, so that the ticket to the
Yeah,
school.
and so they were,
And then they can, so that would make a lot of difference, because they, see, what, about 5, 6 years ago, they had that big dispute, or
probably, something like that.
Well, yeah, some landowners would sell their land, you know, and stuff. You know, build a big, well, we like Bear Creek out of Colton and stuff, for the water supply and stuff, so. But that's, it wouldn't hurt to have a few dams and slopes in the water in some places and stuff, so.
So what do you do now?
Yeah.
We're either gonna wait till the water goes down far enough we can get the excavator out there and pull it out, or if we get another high water event, hopefully it'll leave.
Actually, I'd like to see them have a logging contest up there.
I think if we get a nice rain where
Dynamite
we
it.
come up about halfway,
Yeah.
a lot of that might go out there, but I don't
I
know.
tell you what, to me, and Leroy's on here in just a second, we'll get him up, but, is once that debris is out, I like to get some, if you had to disrupt the silt and stuff that's there, get some rough measurements what that opening, I mean, because David contends that now that brush has now caused that silt to come in, so now the opening is gonna be a lot
Well-
less, and if that don't get cleaned out, you're gonna have, these events are gonna happen even more frequently.
After the first flood, there was a bunch of silt on the sides, but actually, that brush is stuck in the middle, and it actually washed that silt back out.
Back out.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna come and go type of thing.
Well, as long as it isn't sand or something, it might sit there for a little longer, you know, provide, you know, a sandbar or something, so. Yeah. Leroy, front and center.
All right.
Good going, Matt?
Yeah, I guess I can.
Don't have a lot of new information for you today, but we do have from Kevin Hanking, who's the design, part design of this project team, some, what we think are some good hard numbers on the cost of what we would incur if we would build a bridge. And the total construction cost, right now, $174,000 and change. adjusted to 2015 with inflation, that would be $186,500. That
And
includes,
you're talking about the two acres.
if we go ahead with what we've got planned right now, which is this. That's the KDOT budget scheduled last February 15. That $186,500 does include 10% project contingency. That's something still there, it's kind of a insulation factor. What I do not see in there is CE costs or construction engineering costs. And typically what is included in CE on our projects is 15%. So if we had 15% on 186.5, that puts it about 214.5. I would tell you though that if KDOT does that and we do the inspection on it, we won't incur 15% of the project cost for CE. Sometimes when we do consultant inspection, sometimes that can be, just by the nature of the range, that can be a little bit more costly if we do it. So, around 200,000, I would say, is a pretty good number for what it would cost us. That does not include right-of-way acquisition either. There's about 0.62 acres of right-of-way acquisition on the footprint we show right now. And of that, about a fourth of it, or 0.15 acres, is currently being farmed. I don't know if you can say that's tillable. We get to negotiating with the right-of-way agents, maybe more of that would be tillable, but right now, about 0.15 or about a fourth of that 0.62 total is being tilled of the footprint that is shown to be acquired.
So would that be, are you saying that would be, is that going to be part of it? Is that going to be incorporated into an estimate that's going to be part of the whole project, or is that going to be our responsibility?
Well, if we would do that, you would have to add some costs in there
Right.
for right-of-way acquisition.
Exactly.
But that's the area, I don't know what the total right-of-way acquisition cost would be. Less than an acre, we hope we can get it for 10,000 or less, but
I hope so. I got plenty I can do.
Yeah.
I got 2.5 acres I can sell.
But, we know that there are sizable tracts of prime farm ground that have been selling for astounding prices for.
There's a floodplain over there.
Yeah, so, tracts.
If I was selling it, it wouldn't be a floodplain, but if I was buying it, I would make sure it's a
Yeah.
floodplain.
Now, based upon last discussion or previous discussions we've had, we're talking about whether you guys would go ahead and fix that structure, replace that structure with your own forces, with your own materials versus KDOT doing this. One of the questions was whether KDOT would come back in later and do it, and as I kicked around this idea, I learned that KDOT's not gonna be able to come back in if we turn the road over. If we sign the road over to you, we're not gonna come back in later on an off-system route and do this work. So basically, there's a couple options the way I see it. If you still want the road, we're gonna have to wait till, and you don't wanna do the bridge, we'll have to wait till sometime past, towards the end of 2015, calendar 2015, before we go ahead with whatever we need to do to get that road turned over to you, get the payment to you.
That's if you put the bridge in.
That's if you want no part of doing the bridge, because we would have to wait until this project gets let and gets completed, which if we let it in February 2015, probably gonna be under construction by April, May, by mid-year, late year 2015, I would hope that project would be completed. Then we could talk about doing the turn back, and you'd have the road and it's the bridge.
Once the contract is signed, what's the turnaround time for the money?
For the turn back of the road. This is new territory, but based upon my experience with other sorts of agreements and arrangements, the money is secured before the contract's even completed and signed. So I would say once the contract is signed by the parties,
The money's already there.
the money would be available.
So,
Yeah. Our fiscal folks and legal folks will want to make sure that money were available before we did the agreement. And as I said in one of the previous meetings, this is a pretty recent thing, $3 million per year that they've allocated, they being the agency that allocated for turn back of these lane miles. So, you know, we're at the end of fiscal 2013 right now, starting July 1, will be fiscal 2014, so there'll be new monies available here before too long.
Would you need that much right away if you went back with tubes?
No.
What does your study or your, whatever, if used tubes, what are we looking at?
Matt, you said last time,
I figured about probably about 9 footers to have the same opening as.
I guess maybe like 60,000.
Well, I brought with me, I've got a quote for an aluminum box structure, which it's an aluminum arch, it's not two culverts, it's just one big span, for, $33,900, but that's without concrete, so you'd be, just the materials, you'd probably be around $40,000 for the structure, not including labor.
We're thinking 20 maybe by the time.
Yeah, probably half that for culvert, 2 culverts.
Would that last long as
The thing about this, it would be one
that tube?
open, and it wouldn't have the black in the center. There is quite a bit of drift that comes down through there. So we wouldn't have to deal with going and cleaning out the culverts every time it floods.
Is there much history on those aluminum bridges?
They're fairly new. There is one out at, 310 and Chase we put in a few years ago. It's actually a bigger structure than this.
Which is that, three ten and Chase?
It's,
That'd be down there by Wilkins?
it's just, I'm trying to think who lives there. Nobody lives real close. It was a old WPA, laid up rock bridge there.
So you're just gonna create maybe 2 bridges down there, right? Just out Kreider's?
318 goes out to the State Lake.
Yeah, 310 is, I call that the first big road.
Okay.
Kevin Keel's dad lives just up that.
That's Chase. And my brother lives in Chase, and that's just around the corner from me.
So while he's looking that up, we're talking, that'd be one option, to wait, you know, be a couple years down the road, if you want to go part of the bridge, you want to take out, go ahead and replace the bridge structure. The other option would be, you know, if you're interested in the road, which hopefully we still are, and you want the funds more quickly, you go ahead and turn the road back, and that pretty much means that it's up to you guys to deal with that bridge structure there.
Yeah, let's, is that bridge undergone, I mean, is there a time frame that we have before that has to be replaced?
It's narrow, it's functionally obsolete in our estimation. Yeah, because of the rail, but structurally, it's showing some distress.
Okay.
I don't know what our rich management folks would say about its remaining life or its efficiency rating. I'm sure that information's out there, I can get that, but I guess the efficiency rating, which is one index of the bridge's health, is low, starting to, and not getting any higher.
Yeah, okay.
It's clay, I'm sorry.
Clay, yeah, okay.
It's just about a quarter mile west of Clay, if you want to stop and look at it, it's right there.
But it's on 310. You know, bridges go out on 310, close to 310, you know that.
Yep.
That's where that other one went. That was, what road was that? Was that Chautauqua? 310 and, I think Chautauqua, that's, yeah, it is.
Cheyenne, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, those roads are all set up, so we have to check, right, you know, 310 Cheyenne.
So what would happen if we said we wanted to, maybe they were asked you this, if we wanted to take over the road now, would the state cost share on our culvert, or
Yes.
how would that work?
Yes, and that was one of the questions here, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was looking at my notes here, we want to talk about that too. There's actually, what I've learned too, is a pretty good level of willingness to cost share with whatever cost you would incur in dealing with that structure. Because, you know, we recognize it's probably gonna save us money if we go that route. In fact, they're talking about a 50-50 cost share in whatever you guys do. And and what I've heard thrown out there is a 50-50 cost share up to $100,000. So, you know, that being the case, you could potentially incur $200,000 on it, and we'd still pick up half of it. So, I think for those dollars.
Matt's guys work a little faster than that.
Yeah.
No, they work slow.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting you try to find a solution that would use up the whole 200, but.
Oh, no,
I think,
we wanna do it because it's not helping us.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, stuff, I mean, yeah, if it's that much better structure, yes, but I mean, if it's just a matter of, I think that's what we'd have to decide, whether we like the tubes or whether we.
I would-
Yeah.
I
What's the rating on that? I mean, are you kinda looking at, you're gonna be pouring like a box, or something?
We would pour, the bottom would be concrete, the floor of it, and, you put a row of anchor bolts with a anchor rail, and then this, structure just bolts into it, to the concrete.
Have you seen, or,
I'm familiar with a number of different, these metal and concrete precast structures. I'm not sure I know exactly what you're talking about here, but there's, you know, there's solutions out there in the industry, quite a few of these different
well,
ones.
yeah,
that
you know,
work
the main
pretty
thing
well.
is, I don't think our farm equipment's gonna get any smaller. I just wanna make sure they got a good enough rating and the stress factors even, you know, is gonna be because
I don't think there's too much semi-traffic coming
out of there. You mean that they don't have right semis in there for the potter stores, for supplies, or anything?
I'm thinking a lot of farmers.
Yeah, I just see that.
I'm kind of leaning that way, let's go ahead and take it on and doing this, on our own cost share.
The road's new now, I mean.
You'd have some costs in there to repatch it as well, after you tore that all up, you'd have to fix that up, so you have no cost there.
Would that be figured in our costs, and do we, if we had to repass that?
I think, yeah, you would include that in your cost incurred compaction and the.
Now, would you want him to submit something to you guys?
Yeah, we need some documentation of the cost.
Right, I mean, yeah, I mean, some kind of proposal, so you guys can say, hey, no, wait a minute, that can't cost, you know, I mean, do we have to, we need to pre-agree on that kind of stuff?
Yeah, once you, an estimate of what it is, and then when the work's done, we take a look at the final invoicing.
Well, I'd like for you to look at it before, I guess, so, you know, after the fact, you say that you don't like it, I mean.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying, before and after is fine, I mean,
Sure.
I'd like to see a preliminary okay and then a final okay.
Yeah, and our folks at Ridge Management and Bureau Design will want an estimate too of what the costs are.
Well, I
And I
think
can-
it's only fair, so you don't get shocked, and then we get shocked that you're not gonna do it, so.
Yes.
Just wanna.
And I can talk to contact, which it goes through Wilbur themselves, but contact is who manufactures the culvert and make sure that, you know, this thing's gonna be stout enough to stand anything whatsoever.
Yeah, kind of see what their rating is gonna be and stuff. How big a boat do you figure?
111.9 square foot. It's 19 and a half foot wide and 6'11" tall.
So that's gonna be a little less than what 2 8-foot boxes would be.
What, it's like what, 8-foot box, like 7-foot box, or 7-foot open?
I'm not sure exactly.
Right now.
And you can-
120
128.
328
You said
square foot
116
opening.
in that?
So,
116?
it is 111.9, 112. And you can get those, all different sizes. I just looked through there and,
Well, and maybe, and we were, I mean, we want to make sure that it's not that much difference, but is that, would that meet your engineering specs? I mean,
And I don't know, if you just bring with me the hydrological, okay. So your sizing would, or could, be contingent upon what's in here, because that's one thing we talked about in one of our previous meetings too, is what the hydrological analysis we have, what we would share. So this is what we brought, what field check,
well, this, you gave me the last
in
meeting.
the last meeting, okay.
That's, I just went through the catalog and picked out the structure that had about the same opening as a double, 2 8-footers.
Can you upsize it to get over the 120 or closer?
Yeah, they make them,
Whatever.
yeah, whatever. I know they make them up to, I know 24 feet wide. If we stay under a 20-foot span though, it's not actually considered a bridge. We wouldn't have to have it inspected. If we go over 20 feet, we'd have to have it inspected.
So, what did they say we had?
well, we want to meet whatever the hydrology test, because that's what gets you into liability stuff if you didn't do what they said. Does that show anything, how many acres that drains?
It's 1.2 miles.
Square miles.
Yeah. So, that's all I learned more. Because, if it was, 1.2 miles. If it was,
Less than
under 1 mile, we wouldn't have to get permits. We'd have to get a Corps of Engineer permit.
Leroy's gonna get the permit for us.
Okay.
He's gonna talk to the ecologists and all that for us.
He's gonna talk to the wildlife department, make sure that they
I hope you keep, I wanna get a copy of that letter that guy's report about, concerned about, because I told some people about that, and they said, what are you talking about? They said, that's a pit, that's not even a stream. I said, I tell you, that's what it said. The ecologists would not approve that, because it was gonna interfere with the flow of fish. I wanna get a copy of that so I can show it. I'm gonna put, in fact, I may even hang it up in my office.
I don't know about that.
We had a problem getting a permit for a culvert out in the western part of the county, a bridge collapsed, we went to a big culvert in there. It's a dry ditch.
480 acres.
480 acres wet drain. Right up above it is a watershed dam. And Wildlife and Parks wanted us to bury the culvert a foot to make sure
Well, and then the old bridge
Fish
measured,
measure,
the old bridge measured 92 square feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them deals, the bridge was just put in without any engineering, basically. It was just built to cover the ditch.
years ago. And since then, they put in this big watershed.
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. In our experience, the environmental conditions and requirements, they tend to be pretty hard-coded and pretty reluctant to give waivers or give exceptions on them.
But
That's been even our experience.
Yeah, his concern, I think, basically was, well, if you only put one tube, you're gonna have to narrow the banks, and that's what's gonna interfere with the
Yeah.
stream. It's not a stream.
Commissioner Pohl was asking about the opening, and I'm looking on here, the existing is 111.7 square feet, and the proposed is actually 112. I said 164, but the difference is, it's listed as an 8 by 8, but by the time you subtract half of the wall thickness and the divider in the middle and the out dimensions and the width on the top, it
So
turns out that.
that 1 2 you proposed.
Yeah, that's where I came up with that, I looked on there and it's,
111.9,
9.
and this is 112, so I think we live with that.
entire right of way would be a plus.
Right.
You would do the concrete, like they said, you guys could do the concrete with that.
Yeah, we can do all that, everything in-house.
You mentioned about the permits, and, you know, I would like to say that we'd like to help you out, but kind of exploring that option too, kind of the same thing with coming back in there on an off-system route and doing the bridge. We can't think of any place where we've ever gone in and done permits for parties or.
Well, I was
projects.
just kind of joking and saying that, you know,
Yeah.
you guys will have more pull than us, you're
Yeah.
saying with the county.
So you'll have to be the permittee, you'll have to own the permits. Now,
Sure.
that said, we do have people and resources that would be happy to offer to you for advice or trying to navigate through the process.
And if we're replacing it with, you know, we're replacing it with the same opening as what's there, so I wouldn't think it would be a problem there.
So if we did this too, and we took the numbers, the funds would be there next year for 14,
Right, if we, yeah,
get something to
the
it.
sooner we move on it. I don't know how many other areas in other districts have potential turnback miles in the works like we do here. I would guess not many, but still, if we want to move on this, I'd say move on quickly at the beginning of the fiscal year, you know, first come, first served sort of deal, because $3 million can disappear pretty quickly.
So you're talking, what you're saying is it'd be next, I mean, we apply now, it'd be next year.
Yeah, even if it started now, by the time we got the agreement and everything, it would.
You're talking your fiscal year or
Fiscal year.
yours?
Yeah.
And yours starts in
July 1.
So we could talk, so we could have a calendar yet.
So our new fiscal year starts in 3 weeks. This is not gonna happen sooner than 3 weeks, even if it starts tomorrow.
But see, when you talk about budget, you know, we do some other projects with that money. Actually, I think that money could be put into your special fund, or we could get a budgeted item, and that revenue could be a budgeted in, so you could still do that outside your, you know, now there may be some other incidental things that you put in the budget, you know, whether you're gonna supply it, you know, equipment and stuff, but, you know, for the most part, just the way I understood the budget, that would be, that money would go into that. It's just like your excess money, you want that to work with, that's left over, we put that in special machinery, so you was able to use that whenever you want.
We should talk about the special highway, that,
Chris could probably answer that too.
That's what I was looking for, I'm sure if you did yesterday.
Do you understand what we're talking about, Chris?
No.
I mean, isn't that, I mean, this, the revenue from that could go into like an unbudgeted fund like that, that then Matt can access, and then if he did a project or something that money is available without having it in the budget.
Yeah, it depends on where the generation of that fund comes from, but it should be able to work on that.
Where it comes from?
Robert? Vicki? Okay. You're all set.
Well, we won't, we can't give you, I mean, without a chairman here,
Right.
we will give, you know, we can discuss this, and then do you want, going, letter or stuff, or
I think an email is something that I can
work off of,
copy or attach and forward on to the folks in our agency that
so
are,
you can begin?
that are gonna get the agreement in motion.
Okay.
Our legal staff will be involved, and I suppose Mr. Anderson will be as well.
And just to reiterate, what is?
That's assuming that y'all, you know, formally decide to go ahead with it.
Well, I think we're all on the same page, and there'll be a line off here, and then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
My question is to be sure, is it 220 per mile? Right, is that what it is? 200, okay.
And then, cost you when we're coming to.
Right.
and that's per center line.
And what, yeah, per center mile,
Yeah.
okay. And you're figuring how many miles there? 3.2?
In my resume line, 3.2. We'll get the exact numbers down as we develop the agreement.
Make sure. Yeah, I don't know if you want 220 to 200, okay.
220 cents better.
We'll use my tape measure when we measure.
Use that shrine and tape measure.
Try and walk the wheel.
If we wait a year or two to get inflation costs.
Yeah, I can't say. I would guess no.
No, okay. Just gonna ask, that's all I ask. Okay.
I'd like to thank you for fixing 210 and 73 highs a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, they dug that thing down that deep. They fixed it nice.
But no, yeah, Robbie does good work. I can't take much credit for it other than passing it on to Robbie.
He did a good job. He's starting to see it getting better.
I actually haven't seen it since it was done.
They even left the grader down there probably 3 weeks after the project to kind of smooth it up, but so they did a good
Yeah,
job.
glad that I'll pass it on to him. Well, any of you can let me know, or.
Yeah, well, we'll probably share with Jeff on Monday
Okay.
what you told us, and then we'll make a official decision, so it's
Okay.
according to the minutes, and then send you the,
Okay, very good.
okay?
And as soon as I get that, we'll start the wheels in motion.
Okay,
I do plan to be gone all of next week,
okay,
but, we'll be monitoring my email on and on.
yeah. Well, it'll sure be probably Tuesday or Wednesday before you get that in, so, okay?
All right.
Have a good
day.
Thanks, Mary. Joe, maybe you got anything?
The only other, did you discuss my employee?
But I'll tell Jeff to get back.
Okay.
I've got
Well,
that, I want to do that, I've got that here for Monday, okay, yeah.
all right, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. You do, it's that,
Right.
it's,
Yeah, this is basically the same contract as we had, only that is it's split it up into 3 parts. And then it also added the windows and doors, so we make sure we get full credit. I think we would have anyway, but it was right on the borderline. Plus it'll look better down the road for future grants if we spend as much as we did.
Have they give you a possible starting time out there yet? When they will
It's,
start?
July the 15th they're supposed to start. Now, there is some things with this, when this project starts, they're going to have around $80,000 to $90,000 worth of materials that they're going to want paid for. And then when they finish the east side, it's going to be around $30,000, so it's going to be about $120,000 that the county's going to have to pay. But you'll notice that the state won't allow the materials until they're installed. So their first payment will actually be $50,409, that's if this comes to that, but, you know, there's going to be some changes. And then they will keep a 10% retainage on that until the job's finished, so it's actually about $45,000 we'll receive from the state when the east side is complete. But the county will actually have paid out about $120,000. So I just want to let you know that, and then the
Well, I
second.
think, and I think we should be okay, because I think we had $125,000 budgeted, I mean, for our share, we had about $125,000 budgeted, so that should be okay.
Okay, and then when they get that, and these things take a few weeks to get them in. And then when they're done with them,
What's that?
175.
That's what I thought it was.
275.
You mean Memorial Hall?
We did 125, we did 125 for the, if the resident.
$125,000 in
How
the
much?
general, $125,000 in the general fund.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much.
Because we was figuring it's gonna cost a little over, your projection earlier was about $215,000, and that's with the $90,000 grant, so we budgeted $125,000 out, and that's coming, you know, hopefully we won't have too many change orders, and if we don't, we're gonna have $30,000 extra there, but,
Well, you'll be at 5,000, you'll have 120,000 you'll spend before you get a dime back.
yes.
And if they get the north side, it'll be 150,000 before you get it back.
Well, but where our budget is all general, it's, you know, we're just, you know,
I just wanna make sure that you understood, that everybody understood that we're gonna be spending out a lot more than you're getting back to start with.
Yeah, that's what I love about these grants, they just really right on the ball paying their share, you know, so. Be
But the
nice.
good thing about it is on the second part, we'll get that 39,000, and then the grants all paid up to 10%, so at the end, you'll only get 9,000. So that's the good part. The bad part is it's right up front, because that material's gonna be laying on the ground, they're gonna want paid for it when it gets here. So, and I just wanna make sure everybody understood that, so. And the other thing, I just wanna make sure that everybody understood is the front of that building isn't getting anything done to it. The windows, doors, nothing's or anything. It's- Everybody has a big thing about why aren't we doing the front, because that's where everybody sees. So I just wanna make sure.
You know, they understand that we weren't there, because that's, those ones and stuff, I mean, as you said, they're all in good shape.
Yes, we even had a guy that, does that type of work, that he cleaned the front of the building, and I asked him why he was cleaning to look at it, and he said everyone looked good, because the stone hangs over them.
Right.
And
Good
it,
drainage, yeah.
yeah, so it didn't get the water into the windows, so.
I think that's just for security reasons, that stuff we cut inside, and more as much as possible can.
We have a place to put it all inside, and I really strongly recommend that they don't want to be responsible for it, they need to put it inside. Because they can put it behind the stage, and it won't get on it at all, we step over it. So, that would be my recommendation to you.
I agree.
Are you needing this signed today, or?
If I could, that way I could get it back to them. And like I said, it's not really changing anything other than adding windows and doors to a grant, it's not adding anything to the project. And then it's changing it where we get paid in thirds. So we'll go it up. Just once.
Well, sign both of them and I'll have one.
Yeah, just, so you need a motion and the grant, need to sign this. I'll second it. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Print name and title.
That'd be great, yes.
6, 6, 5, 13.
Yes, I'll like windows.
Dawn, is that right? You
Yeah,
have
that's
something for us, or?
the-
you
I'm
and
with,
her?
I'm with her.
Oh,
We're waiting for a few more board members. If
All right,
we give
that's
them a
fine.
couple minutes, I think it's
okay.
5 minutes. Yeah, they said it was.
I don't know if you want to direct this to Pat, reporter will take you to the call. You want some comments concerning the concealed carry law that's going into effect July 1.
You want to Jeff?
That reporter. Well, I think he said he already talked to Jack.
Well,
Well, he-
I would say that he would be a real good source there.
Here's the,
Okay. He has a real good radio voice and a TV face.
Yes.
Other way around.
and then I would pass on Jim Lampy. Debbie Thompson was asking about, she didn't know whether to do a return of reception. Have you ever given it, have you ever given it notice of return?
No, we have anything official.
You just gotta warn them out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's just wondering what to do.
Yeah.
She's also heard that it's coming back part-time.
Yeah, we haven't got that, because he's gone this week, so, yeah.
So I told her I'd bring it up to you, that you might want to discuss it too.
Well, yeah, we'll put that, let me put that on. Okay.
So then,
Yeah, we haven't received the officially ready minutes.
I'll just say you're gonna discuss it.
Yep. Still got a couple more coming in? Okay.
You take your time.
Somebody wants to come earlier than me.
Louise.
Well, Chase is not, Chase could be along, you know how Chase, how wordy he is, so we're gonna wait. He's kind of a subject lately, so. Should, Pat, just until we get the final solid waste committee, should we go ahead and put on our, probably ought to have it on the 26th, to pass or do a solid waste resolution, so we don't forget it?
Yes, we should.
And what about, either one of those 2 days is for the extension or the exemption on the security plan? We have to have that by July 1st too, don't we? I just thought we ought to get it on there to remind us. Exemption, the new law that passed, that we have to have a court security plan, we can get a 4-year exemption, but we have to pass that by July 1.
Do you want to do that on the 26th, or do you want to do that before?
We need to do it on Monday, if
Well,
we're gonna work.
I guess the discussion on that is, do we, if we're gonna need a plan, do we need to get maybe a committee like Jack and 2 or 3 people together and kind of give us a plan so that we have something?
Do you have to have a plan? I thought you just had to have a,
I think you still have to have, I think you have to have a plan.
you have to submit a
I
plan.
don't know how specific it's gonna have to be. Like this, you know,
Good, how are
who's
you?
that sitting beside you?
I know, we don't.
I don't know who you are.
Funny, is this new economic development? idea and stuff?
We just keep rearing our ugly head, Mike.
You wanna do it sooner, you think, on the 26th?
Well, we've got to make sure we got the plan.
Okay.
I just think if we have that on the, have it on, and all. Also put on there, Pauline, solid waste resolution.
You think you'll be ready?
That's that recommendation. Yeah. We would have to act on what we want to do. I think it'd be real close.
Pretty good progress the last couple of meetings now.
Chase is, pardon?
Okay, so this exemption's on the concealed carry, right?
Well, it's exemptions on this courthouse security, which has to do
It
with
was the concealed carry.
concealed, yeah.
Okay. And on the 20th, Are you ready to sum it? You can have it still.
20th is the summer. Yeah, I've notified him. It's kind of like we're gonna have Andy's Fuller in at 6 o'clock.
The city of Atchison has set a budget workshop that day.
Well, maybe done by 6.
I don't know what time it starts, or Stephanie, you know, I don't know.
Usually they start them at 5, so they wouldn't be done by 6.
Maybe change it then, make it on 13.
Well,
Because, I mean, Chase, we talked about, he's gonna talk about the revitalization, it's hopefully gonna get a solid waste report from the solid waste committee to all those people.
So we didn't go over the 20, or somebody call her.
Oh, yeah. Why people changing mind, fools, nothing to do with the telephone. So those of us that are bullheaded, you know, we're not very far.
well, I mean, if the goal is really to get the commitment from the other municipalities, I don't know, it makes a lot of difference.
Yes, the only thing is, you know, Chase and I was visiting with about that, you know, he can present the revitalization at that point, you know, too, as far as that goes. Of course, we can still get those, so that's, you know, and, he wouldn't have to.
Can we get
special meeting.
from the city about them again?
They're there, they were done, we got that. Yeah, so I think we'll just go with it, and then if somebody can come, they can, that's fine, so.
Or June 20th. And you're sending letters out, yeah? Are you sending letters out, or are you emailing?
Well, I haven't, I'm supposed
You
to.
want me to call? You want me to just call them?
Just call them,
I'll call.
just call them,
June 20th at 6.
6 o'clock, so meet and count.
And then this is just the 4 little cities, you want me to call the city of Atchison and just? let
Yeah,
them know?
just go ahead, yeah.
Anybody else?
I'll take care of notifying the state representatives,
And here and,
the media.
okay. Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Now we're ready.
When I see him come with one, I knew you had to be ready.
We wait for the big guns.
Yeah.
She brought her backup singers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Teresa McInerney with Northeast Kansas Enterprise Facilitation, and got a stack of cards for you for you too, and make sure you guys have cards.
Yep.
And I've got some numbers for the year. Go ahead and give you a flyer for our Entrepreneurship Academy.
I got 2.
I'll leave some for Jeff and put it in, and that's my 2. And for, do you want these numbers?
Thank you.
Entrepreneurship Academy, here you guys. Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for seeing us today, and thank you for 10 years of support. Our official anniversary was June 2nd. From 10 years from when the rubber met the road, you know, the year before we got all the funding in place, got all the system in place, and then actually hit the road meeting with clients in June of 2003. So it's our 10-year anniversary this week. So I want to thank you for being a supporter for 10 years, as the other 4 counties also. So we still have the original 5 counties that are supporters for Northeast Kansas Enterprise Facilitation. And I want to talk a little bit about our project and what we do, in case you're not familiar with us. We're a nonprofit that provides free and confidential business guidance and services to startup entrepreneurs and existing entrepreneurs. So someone that might have an idea for a new business, and also businesses that may have been around for a while that want to either tweak, expand, diversify, what have you. And the power of our program has been our consistency, of course, for the 10 years, and our numbers will speak to that in a second. But the real power is right here in the board, that we have a community resource board. So I'm the facilitator, but the board is the thing that keeps all the 5 counties connected, keeps the project moving forward. And so Atchison is so fortunate to have a dedicated board. And many of these board members have been volunteering for years and years, and I think Don was around at the beginning almost, so.
Yeah, I had white, brown hair.
So, they're very dedicated, and I want them to, if I may allow them to do some speaking, they can address the project better than anyone, so.
We have an amendment to those.
He knows the crowd.
Okay.
I've been to some of
their meetings.
Are you gonna do a timer?
No, because if they get me started, they'll put me on time. Just go right ahead.
Okay, well, I ask the board if you have anything to interject on the project.
I'm Christy Isaacs. I was the Economic Development Director for the city and the county up until 2011. And I got involved with enterprise facilitation when I was still on that board and helping with that project. And what helped me so much was everybody has an idea for a business, but very few people know how to actually take it from an idea to an actual running business, hiring people. And with you're doing economic development, you're constantly working on bringing in big business, you're constantly working on helping the existing businesses keep their employment up. And the third leg of that is always going to be helping startup entrepreneurs turn their businesses into reality. And by having the help of enterprise facilitation at that time, I was able to concentrate a little bit more of my efforts on quite honestly, the bigger employers, when in reality, it's the entrepreneurs that once they get going, they're really the ones that are hiring the most. So it was extremely helpful to me at that time. And at this point, I think as a community, that's really where our growth is coming from, is in entrepreneurs. And having somebody like Teresa who can meet with them on a confidential basis so they don't have to share their ideas with everybody, because some of them, honestly, they have no idea where they're starting or what they need to do to get where they're needing to go. So it's a very valuable tool that they can use. And when she doesn't have an answer to help them with a lot of their problems, that's where the board comes in. Teresa does the work on the ground with the folks, and then she comes to us for extra resources as needed. So to me, that's why it's so important.
So I'll add on to that. With my current position as community development director with the city, I know the individuals that I have forwarded information about Emergency Campus Enterprise Facilitation. The feedback I've gotten from them on how helpful this was and how it was really kind of a lifesaver. Like Christy said, they had an idea, weren't sure where to go with it. And since I've been here about a little over 2 years, I've seen a lot of businesses, in Atchison County and the city of Atchison, start up because of the assistance that Emergency Campus Enterprise provided to them. So it's been really positive. From my discussions with people that have been able to use the service. So it's been a great benefit for our community. So we're really lucky to have this in our area.
I'm going to bid on both of what they're saying. And I get calls a lot because I have a lot of commercial listings, and as a result, people are calling me wanting to rent something because they want to start a business. And referring them to Teresa is helpful in a lot of ways, because you're absolutely right. They don't know where to go from there. And some of them, and I'll give you an example. There was a company, he was going to start a candle shop, and all they were going to sell was candles. That's it. And I referred them to Teresa, and I think once she went through the business plan, he was getting a large settlement from an accident. And he was going to Teresa wanting to start this candle shop. And I think after he did the business plan, he came back to me and he said, I think I need to sell more than candles in Atchison, Kansas. And I'm like, I think that's probably a good idea. And then another entity she's working with that you'll hear some things on, they bought a building that was really in decline to a point that Stephanie was probably going to start hitting on him to get it cleaned up, because she likes to do that. She likes to clean up our community. And he is totally changing that around. He's starting a business, he's got more people coming in there to do more businesses, and that's a client that Teresa worked with. So, and I think the third thing that she does that I'm really pleased with is she networks not just in Atchison County, but with all of these counties. And she's personally helped me with a couple of things that I'm doing that I think were helpful for our entire community. So it's kind of that networking to find out what they're doing in Donovan County, and Atchison County, and Brown County, and, you know, tying that together nicely, because she's in one of those counties every day, pretty much. So, and she's doing just a heck of a job, so I adamantly think we need to fund her again.
I would just add on to Louise on the funding side. I'm Don Hoy, by the way.
Benedictine College, is that where you're from?
I think that's what it says, yeah. It says football, but don't worry about that.
You play basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the center. One of the things that makes this a real opportunity for the new entrepreneurs, those that are trying to start up, is that it's free to them. And so it's free, confidential counseling. We couldn't do that if it weren't for the communities, the cities, counties in the 5-county region that put up the money to allow us to do that. And I think that's a big aspect of recognizing everything, and you and others have been so supportive in providing that money. I think 360 jobs in the last 10 years in these 5 counties is probably a pretty good investment of the kind of money. 107 businesses started or retained. You know, we could get one employer for 360 jobs, and if they decided to leave, we're out of 360 jobs. That's not going to happen with this model. These are homegrown, local people that are going to get started and maybe save themselves, save their family because of their financial circumstances. So your support, I think, is tremendously important. Would encourage it one more time, at least.
And I can also add, I think it's very unique in that it's also a county-wide project. We've helped businesses in Dakota and Effingham as well as Atchison, and it really is, you know, helpful to everybody throughout the county, because again, everybody has an idea. If I had all the time and money in the world, I'd like to start this business. Everybody has an idea. So it's just helping them to get to fruition.
Well, the board, the strength of the whole project lays in our community resource board, and Atchison is so fortunate to have an active board, and you can tell that, through the numbers here, going through some of these numbers, and the introductions for one, and you might say, why do we keep track of introductions? Well, like Dawn touched on, I think it's a grassroots, it's not a governmental type of program, so it's very bottom-up economic development. So we rely on those introductions and referrals for clients, to get clients. We don't go solicit and knock door to door, because we feel like if an entrepreneur is going to be successful, he'll seek out help and resources, and that's one reason why we keep track of introductions. And I had to laugh when I was looking at Atchison. The introductions have gone through the roof in the last 3 years. You were at one time the lowest in introduction. Now you're getting right up there. You're catching up to Jackson and Nemaha, I think, in the next year or two. And it kind of gets into a dogfight with the board members as they kind of vie to get those numbers up. And Atchison actually it's up 209 introductions just for this year. So it's pretty incredible. They've been doing a lot of hard work for the project. So, and it shows in the job creation, and we'll get to that. The clients, 193 clients from Atchison since the inception of the project. That's at 852 total for all 5 counties. That's up quite a bit, 77. New expanded retained businesses, 23 for Atchison. That's up 4 for this year. So 4 new businesses counted this year. And you have to understand, we don't count a business until they've kind of got off the marker and really are doing well, and sometimes we work with them well after they're open. So those are the 4 we counted. 107 businesses, like Tom said, up 13 this year for the region. So the region is growing much stronger. Jobs created, 71 in Atchison, that's up 9 for the year. The state of Kansas values job creation at $35,000 per job. So it's quite a bargain, at that price. So looking at, and that's, again, the governmental cost, $35,000 to create a job through incentives and different things. So you're getting quite a bargain there. 9 new jobs in Atchison, 360 total, that's up 40 for the year for the region. And tune-ups, and you might say, what are tune-ups? We don't work on cars, anything like that. But a lot of times the business may be around for a while and say, hey, I've been doing this ledger, now I want to add QuickBooks. I'm getting to a point where I can't keep track, or I want to add payroll, I want to add a whole new line of products, or I want to knock out a wall and expand, what have you, We'll go in and we'll give them the resources they need to be successful in whatever they're trying to tweak there. And that's called a tune-up. A lot of times, the tune-up can make the difference between, I'm at the end of my rope, I'm locking the door, and, hey, let's rethink this, let's start over, let's look at our profit centers, and go from there. So those are tune-ups, 68 for from the inception of the project, and 4, that's up 4 this year. So right now, we've got 63 active clients for the region. We keep track of that. I think the lowest I remember is like 40, 45, and it's gone up to 70. So we're at a high capacity right now for active clients. Out of those 63 active clients, 17 of those are in Atchison County. So you have a high percentage working right now in Atchison County, and that shows, and we'll go over some of the new businesses here. Assistance that we provide to clients, new clients that are startup folks account for 71% of who we work with, and existing businesses are at 29%. And I do like to emphasize that existing businesses, because no one likes to see, empty spaces around where businesses have vacated. So we want to keep the existing businesses coming to our resource, as well as new startups. So since June of 2003, for 10 years, 5,829 contacts with clients. That includes emails, anything informational emails or conversations, meetings, things like that. We count as a contact with those folks. So that's up 903 this year. So it has been I always love my job, so I don't feel like it. And then I go do these numbers, and it's like, wow, this has been a very busy year. Those numbers kind of, woo. So other board members that weren't able to make it today, we have Laura Hankey, John Bunch from Benedictine, Patsy Porter, Roxanne Scheid, and Jack Bauer. They were not able to come, but they are from full support. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask any of the board members that you might know. Some businesses that you may recognize around town. Once we advertise for one of our clients, we are free to say who they are. Otherwise we're very, very sticklers on that confidentiality agreement. That once we advertise for them, we can mention their names. Vintage Gypsy opened this year. It's a new shop. Ella's Pest Control, Exterminators. Sunrise Chiropractic. Sarah Catherine's in Lancaster. Trusted Care Chiropractic here in town. So 2 chiropractic companies this year. Cottage of the Seasons is a past client. The Artist Box. Vanilla Soup expanded this year. Opened up a storefront down on Commercial, or Main, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Quick Stop.
Quick Stop, yep. And so he was home, working out of home, now he's got a storefront. He's doing very well. Muskota Mercantile, we're working on them. They're expanding into a new location. We've been working with them, and on their museum for the Joe Kinker. I'm so excited about that. So we've all been brainstorming for Muskota, trying to get whatever we can help them with. And Lockhart's Trading Post, Lopez Pet Resort, Iron Horse, there's more, the grocery store in Effingham. We've just worked with a lot of projects here in Atchison this year that you know, and then a lot of them that will be soon, you will know. You will know, soon to come. So let me know if you have any questions.
yeah, we kind of looked at this from our standpoint back when we had the Economic Development Board and supported it at that point as well.
It's hard to put a lot, but it's pretty obvious return on investment. I like that. I have no problem with that. You see a lot. You always have to appreciate volunteers and when they produce. I mean, the nice thing, they don't pay taxes in the United States, so you can donate your labor.
Yeah, like, we have had some milestones this year. We reached that 800 mark in clients. Of course, now we're already at 852. Seems like just yesterday we were at 800, so we were excited about reaching those mile markers when we go over another 100 mark there. And then also we had hosted the Ciroli Fall Forum last fall here in Atchison. And gosh, you know, did you all hear some feedback from the public on that?
It was very good. We had people, even from foreign countries, we had more people that showed up here. We had a lot of folks in.
Yeah, we had people from Great Britain and Canada, and then all over the United States, facilitators that do what I do, and some of the board members that do what they do. They all came to Atchison, and we actually had the founder of our model, Ernesto Ciroli, Dr. Ciroli. He's originally from Italy, but he works all over the world with projects like ours, and he was able to come speak. We were so fortunate, and I think Don Hoy had a hand in this, but we had an anonymous donor come forth and pay the entire speaking fee for him to come in, and it was quite an event. So I think that really helped Atchison's program. I think the bankers were all impressed. Everyone was very excited to learn more about enterprise facilitation. And last but not least, our Entrepreneurship Academy is going on this year, and I gave you guys slides on that. It starts on the 17th of June. It's for any teen that finished the 9th grade or the recent graduate, 2013 graduate from high school. To come, Highland Community College is hosting us, and through the generosity of the Rural Business Development, ran through Glacial Hills, Enterprise Facilitation, and various sponsors, we're able to do this and have 4 full days. They stay on campus, they meet with entrepreneurs in the area, they write a business plan, they compete for cash and prizes. This year we're excited to announce that we have scheduled a field trip to the Kaufman Foundation for Entrepreneurship, and they are going to be meeting with the class. They have a team there on building your entrepreneurial mindset and how to have your projects hit the road, like doing your test studies and things like that. They're going to meet with our class on that. So we're real excited about that. And this board has been so instrumental. I think every year Atchison has had the most attendees, and this year we have 3 and maybe more. I've gotten some other emails coming from Atchison County. One from Atchison High School here, one from Effingham High School, and one the ACCHS, and one that lives in Muskota. One student lives in Muskota, one lives in Effingham, and one in Atchison. So far, and that could go up. I've gotten some other emails. So it looks like Atchison's going to dominate the academy again, which is awesome. We've had winners from there on the business plan, and Michael Regenstein is one of our graduates. He's already started his company, started there, got his logo made, got all of his business plan together. He's already flipped 1 house, maybe 2. He's on his 2nd.
We closed on the 2nd one yesterday.
Yep, he's flipping houses, so he's making a good business out of it.
He gets to attach to them. He hasn't flipped any, Teresa. He
Oh,
just buys them and then rents them because he falls in love with them. And I'm like, you can't fall in love with them.
He's his mother's son, that's what.
Don't sell them. But he's making money. He's making money at it, and
He's paying his own way through college,
There you go.
which is great.
He'll appreciate that.
Well, Hog sent me to college, Mike. Cattle sent Mike to college.
My son graduated $500 bank, but his car was paid for, his education was paid for.
Yeah, that's all we're hoping for is to,
And it was these cows.
Cal did it.
My daughter didn't want any part in doing it, and she come to Dad to borrow money, and said, okay, it's a loan. And she's paid me back now, but she really should have had cows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. We've got, graduates in business, and Lori was from Atchison, one with her meat goat and dairy goat business. And one of our winners was from Highland, now works at Benedictine, Landon Allen. And so he put himself through college with his disc jockey business. Now he's started an IT business, and he's doing a lot of IT work for Benedictine. So our students are getting out there. We've got one that started photography, but it's kind of fun to follow them. We try to trail, what they're doing. And so, but Atchison's leading the pack on that, due to these folks here. And if you know of anyone, we still have 2 spots open. So we'll still take some late registration.
I see we can sponsor this county community college scholarship. Do you guys have businesses? Is there some people that offer it, maybe like do businesses or?
For scholarship?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Highland Community College has agreed to attach a scholarship to it for anyone choosing to go to Highland after this. Even if they're not a senior, they will put it in their name for whenever they want to use it, or for, college credits that way. The banks have been very generous, and some other businesses that have donated to sponsor students to come. Some chambers, I know Dawson County Chamber pays for any students from their county that wants to go. And so the counties are stepping up. They want those students in there because it means the future, It's another cool, I really like thinking about those students because they come in, and every year they come in, just like any new first day of school, they're a little bit nervous, getting to know each other from all these different counties. And, by that afternoon or the next morning, they're all on each other's Facebook. They're fast friends by the end of the week. And that says something about the future. Once that web continues and continues, they're going to say in 10 years when they own their own companies and they're out with families, hey, I know somebody that does this over in Atchison County. Hey, I know somebody in Nemaha County that can help me or sells these. It's going to be that just building for the future for the region to be real cohesive. I think that's going to be a real integral part in that. Anything to add, Jane? Guess I better say what we're asking.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
better say the important part. Okay. Well, we really appreciate your support, like I said, for 10 years. Yeah, they're like, bye.
Yeah, it rings a bell too soon.
Yeah, ding, ding. Our request for 2013, which you agreed to last year, the commitment, was $10,500, and we're not raising that at all. We are keeping that $10,500 for 2014 commitment. We did have to raise it 5% last year, due to anticipation of losing any state. We did get a small portion of state support, and as you know, many of those state-supported nonprofits have lost their funding, and we're no different. We have lost the state funding from sales of tax credits. We used to get a portion of the sales of tax credits that helped a lot of nonprofits, and we don't look for that to be reinstated. But we're hoping, of course, that.
It's a little frustrating when our politicians tell us how they're saving us money at the state, and all of a sudden we come back here, and it's local people that's picking up what they don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, me and one of the guys, we get into it pretty good. He tells me how much he's saving, and I said, look now what you cost our county.
Mm-hmm. It's all going to come down to local level everywhere. Yeah. Yep. And, a lot of good programs couldn't survive it. We couldn't have survived if we didn't have, our funders in place for 10 years that saw the results and, realized benefits that, you're right, there's a lot of them that depended solely on that state support that will not survive.
Good work.
Thank you. I hope we can count on your support for 14.
Can't speak for everybody.
Oh, go ahead.
When you got this kind of crowd, it, for the most part, it helps. 3 out of 4 is not bad.
You just won't mention them before.
Yeah, I did mention it.
We'll draw straws.
Yeah.
Harry, do you have any questions? This is probably newer to you.
It was new to me last year too.
Well, sounds to me like you're doing good work, so I don't see a problem.
Well, the great thing about having an executive who is in place, if you do have questions along the line, Teresa's easy to get a hold of and can explain, you can tell how passionate she is about it. She's gonna be able to explain it.
a week.
She's in it.
This is one of the things, we have enough other stuff to do, as long as she's doing a good job, and, we just, she can take care of it.
I like the way you think.
Thank you, guys, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Hey, is Jeff okay to see you? Dad having
Yeah.
surgery?
His dad's had a heart surgery today.
Scheduled or?
Yeah.
With Christie's heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her before we start the meeting, make sure I'm okay. I'll check that out.
Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, good to see you, Doc.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah. We need to get together more often.
Well, come on up, yeah, we'll bring some time, no problem. We'll take turns buying. That's not, I think, all they work. There's a fund in there, I know that. Where's that?
Where's it come out of?
Yeah.
It comes out of economic development.
That's what I thought it was.
But they only have she said 10,000, I said, how much was 10,000?
Well, we better put that in there, yes. But I think, yeah, I don't know whether that got changed or what, but that would be,
I guess I didn't find that one. I don't know if we paid anything yet, so.
our budget guy, if you'll make a note of that, okay?
I did.
She said, see, I, for some reason, I had that, that's one of them things that's hid in there somewhere, but I remember seeing it, and I thought it was hidden.
Yeah, but there's a little note in it, in the one that has their budget discussed from last year, I got, has, enterprise 10,000,
Okay.
Bocan 7,500.
She was talking 10,500.
Yeah, she thought there was 10,500 budget, but there isn't, there's no gain, so.
But I wrote down what they requested, so that's what I'll include in it, so you guys get that away.
And I do have Mercy's Kansas Guidance Center downstairs. They sent their budget packet.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to bring it up.
All right.
They was gonna stay the same, but they said we'd have next year, wasn't it? In my opinion.
Which one is Northeast Kansas?
Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's downstairs, I forgot to bring it up. Bring it up.
Well, yeah, I know the governor's gonna talk, I don't know if we've got anything in this year's budget, but I know he was, that is one area, he was gonna try to be more supportive of his mental health. And whether there's any funding that'll come in there, I don't know. But I know that there's, I know they cut something in the final budget with, did you see your, final KAC report? It's basically, nothing too earth-shattering, it's, I think, well, one thing is, community corrections, that budget could be cut, so. Okay, what do you got?
Gave you your sheet.
Oh, you read that already, huh? Okay.
Right in there with us ready. So, far right bottom corner is what's, given the calculations that you wanted to run, what worst case scenario is looking like. Now, addressing each individual, company is gonna be key, because some don't have a very strong case, some do. So,
Well, we'll just, I mean, I think we'll wait till we hear, I think we need to hear from them all, and then, this is just the start place for us, so. But I think the one thing, I mentioned to you earlier, but just is that you have get together with your list of everyone that hasn't had their appeals answered in one way, and just find out if that is still, if the changes, some of those appealed even before we get to 50%, so I mean, they need to know, if they're still wanting to appeal, that's fine, they have that right, but, Pat said, that he'd help you draw up letters to go out to everyone, whether, even if it's an individual, you know. I think we've pretty much done all the individual household, you know, I think you said there's maybe one, but I mean, any business, small businesses, and of course these large businesses, let's get them done and move on, so. So you can get that, you can back, work on that this week and stuff.
And is there anything else that you wanted on this?
No, that's what all I request, that's just my own information as we move forward through the process here and stuff, so.
That's all I have. Get working on that little bit.
And, well, do you have anything you want to share with the whole commission? I mean, what's your progress on revitalization? I mean, you said you met with Dawn or?
So far, we, still trying to get a meeting with Trey, but since the public works director retired on Monday, then, he's kind of busy this week. We wanted to try and have a meeting this week so we can get, the thought is, we're gonna try and get the city of Atchison to renew the program as is, and then if they wanna make any changes, then they need to come to us and the appraiser and explain what the changes are gonna be, rather than trying to squeeze it in last minute and have every other, it's just gonna confound the whole problem. So we wanna try and get the city of Atchison to renew it as is, and then once we have them, then we'll just, start going down the list. We have some tentative meetings with, I think, 4 of the townships, but one of the ideas that we had was to try and get every representative of the townships, all 10 of them, in the same room and have a discussion and see if we can't get more than 2 townships to agree to participate in the program. It's just a novelty, it's not a make or break if a township decides not to, but again, it would be nice to have full support, so.
Yeah, I think, you know, of course, Shannon's one of your bigger, what counties, 4 townships are participating?
Benton and Grasshopper.
That'd be Effingham and Scooter, so, okay. But Shannon's one of the biggest townships in valuation.
So, if we can, and.
School districts, you gotta meet with them yet?
We have to meet with them yet,
Are you doing most of this, I mean, is Dawn or somebody with you, do you
There-
need some help, or?
we're getting a little contingent together to,
Okay.
send out, it would be great if we did have an Atchison County Commissioner along, just to.
Well, anywhere in my area, don't be afraid to give me a call, like, you know, if I'm in town, while you know, insane, I'll show up, so.
Alright. So.
Yeah, you may be able to coordinate, maybe you get 2 or 3 of those townships at least agree to meet with me. You gotta make sure that they'll get along, you know, so.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. We have the entire database that Jim has from the beginning of in 1996, everybody that's been on it, and it's just a matter of going through all 1,800 different, categorizing it and drawing conclusions from it.
But if unless anyone makes any change, you pretty much can you file the thing? Is it something you know, I need a little clarification on it. I know exactly I don't know exactly, but I can understand the program, but if there's really no changes, you file, is it just a matter of filing the plan as is?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you make changes, is it an amendment that you have to make, or?
If you make changes to the rebate schedule, then anybody that's participating has to agree to it.
Okay.
So, if the city of Atchison wants to make a change, then everyone has to agree to the change.
Okay.
Because they're all signing the same interlocal agreement. Now, if we want to make an amendment after the fact or during the program, as far as we know, we're still looking into this, that you can make the amendment. So, it's just a matter of, it's an interlocal agreement, so.
And our deadline is what, October the 30th?
October
Who did you
31st.
file that with? Property
I think
evaluation?
it's property evaluation.
It's not for the commissioners for final approval.
Yes, yes, right, yeah, we have.
And I send the properties anyway.
Property
Okay.
values, right, yeah, I know we have to approve it.
So,
And
yeah,
as an interlocal agreement, it has to be approved by or by the Attorney General, so.
but,
Does it have to say your face on it? No.
No, Attorney
Okay,
General,
Attorney General.
I misspoke.
Okay.
so, yeah, all we need is people to send representatives to sign the interlocal agreement on the day that we decide to get everything in order and send it off to where it needs to be sent to, so.
What are we on, is ours a 7 or is it 10 years?
It's,
Is it the size of it?
yeah, it depends, over 500,000, you're on a 10-year schedule. For commercial, you need over 10,000, and then the threshold for residential is 5,000, and those are both 7-year programs. One question was, do we adjust for inflation, which would put the residential at $7,000 and move everything up a little bit, but it's not entirely necessary. So, that was just one of those things that was thrown around, but it is, for the most part, a 7-year schedule unless it's a $500,000 renovation or new commercial, so. And that's a 10-year program, and that's a pretty good program. It's been used a lot since 2007. From 1996 to 2006, it was used 7 times for the 500,000. Since then, it's been used 16. So, it's been used a lot more, which is good for.
Yeah, I know though, one of the arguments that some of your opponents says, well, how many of them would have been done? How many would have been done? Nobody knows that exactly for sure either, so.
But what we're trying to do, I think one of the best examples, and I need to try and get an appointment to see if I can get an official statement, but when the Bartley Brain accident happened, they renewed it the very next year, rather than moving into another community, and to date, it's a $13 million project. So, if we can get some kind of testimonial from some of these bigger businesses that it did have something to do with our decision to stay in this area, then I think that could give a lot of validity, whether it was the primary reason or just something that put it over the top.
Well, I know we're kind of unique, I think we're the only county.
The only county.
Grandfathered in, so.
Yep.
So it's a matter of use it or lose it, so that's what it's gonna amount to, so.
Pretty much, it would be a blunder if we let that one advantage, or that
And,
one of a kind advantage.
from the standpoint, I mean, yeah, some people argue, well, get them on the tax roll sooner, well, yeah, but, you may lose, it's not as if we're in terrible shape in terms of a base, but if you can get, half of the people to come here and use that, I think that may not use, maybe went somewhere else and stuff, you'll pay for yourself easy over the long run.
I think the commercial aspect is really a selling point, because while it doesn't get on your tax roll immediately, it does defer the first 3 years at 95%, which for a commercial business, the first 3 years are gonna be your make or break years.
Right.
So having that extra cash on hand that to cover and get your business
So they got
open.
the commercials do have a little different rate than what your residential and stuff.
It's,
Now, is that all commercial, or is that the commercial over 500,000?
I think it's for both.
For both.
The commercial for 500,000 just has a different, the middle section has a different distribution. It cycles off a little more gradually. But for the commercial, those first 3 years, allowing a business to keep 95% of any new improvements once they get on the program, that's a huge help.
So, for example, if a business was to keep in here, can we get a 10-year, how they go about getting a 10-year exemption? I've heard some of them try to get a 10-year exemption.
You have to apply for the program for any, if it's a new business, commercial new, then the program has to be applied for before you start, and it has to have a valuation. It's an estimated value, so not just the improvement itself, but also the work included. And then once it's cycled off the program, then we get an end value, so.
But what, I guess what I'm saying is if there's a business in some, whether the city or the county really wants to go bad, do they have to extend in a different kind of a deal, agreement to them if they want to give them a 10-year completed date and not a prorated amount? I mean, can that be done? Can you?
Is that different?
Is that a different?
Would that be different?
That would be different. The 10-year one is pretty rich as it is.
Well, so in other words, if you could bypass that, but if, like they could, in other words, they could probably negotiate, can they negotiate with the city or something? Or county?
Probably.
So that's,
We also thought about putting in like a $2-3 million threshold where, somebody comes in brand new, like a Walmart comes in, but, after reviewing a lot of the stuff from the previous renewals, the Walmart argument is kind of a black eye in some people's opinion, because whether they needed it or not, they were coming. But I think what reviews that argument is the Bartlett Grain, because Bartlett Grain, they could have taken their business anywhere else, or Bushmills and Bracken and MGP, the expansion. They solidified themselves here, so. And anyways, like it's great if somebody wants to put a new patio in. It improves the property valuation, which is a little bit of a rebate, but it also has commercial applications. It really has brought in what cycles through the program is pretty significant, and between now and 2012, what's currently on, or 2020, what's currently on the program right now is, once it's cycled out, it's going to be worth $80 million as of right now. So the increased base is also going to mean tax burden relief on the individual taxpayers, because you're incorporating more businesses into the real estate. We don't know where M&E will put it, but the fixtures debate
It's done.
is done.
It died.
It died.
Yeah.
It died in committee.
Okay. Yeah, but what actually happened, talking to my dairy lobbyist. Okay. There was something about, like, there's change in talking about, well, these special, somebody introduced, well, let's just, these special units that have this, like ethanol plants and stuff, let's turn that over to PBD and get it away from the private. Well, some of these were scared because they weren't that upset with what their local guy was doing to them. They were afraid of the state come in, so they started pulling out from Ash Grove, the cement and the fertilizer plant. And those are the two big ones down in Montgomery County that really pushed this thing. And then these ethanol plants started pulling out, so then they was fighting each other. So last minute they said Ash Grove cement, they kept trying to throw something of their own in there, and it just died because, they could begin to see that this was a private, an individual company trying to dictate something specific for their, not the good of everybody, but for the good of only their plant, so, yeah, it died.
Much ado about nothing, man.
Yeah. Well, it was, same thing I did, I think it was either passed the House or the Senate last year, and then they put it on hold, to do more discussion and research and stuff. And sometimes those things, once they get through the first cycle, even when they put them on hold, they're almost a slam dunk for the next session, but there was enough discussion in the interim and stuff that people found out that it was, this was driven, and, they were trying to totally reinvent the evaluation of the appraisal system on those things. And it was just more than what, I think most of those politically, I think some of the guys on that team, so that was a relief, because see, we were, the target for us is about 13% loss in valuation.
Which, it's still, the fixtures language still needs to be worked on, but we have time to.
As times change, you gotta look at everything and try to keep it up to date somehow. But, anyway. Is that all you got?
Yep. Hopefully,
Thank
Jeff
you.
tomorrow will have something for me to call.
What time is your meeting tomorrow?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, up here then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rearrange some stuff and we'll.
You have anything for us?
And talk to you.
Do you need, is it open or is it executive?
Yeah, I would say it's an executive session.
Okay. How much you need? 15?
Yeah, no, not bad.
Take 10 to do it? Yes. Okay. I entertain a motion for executive, is this gonna be, matter of personnel? Personnel, yeah. Sorry, Chris.
No problem.
Yeah.
That's all it goes.
You probably kicked a few people out of the room. I get a motion? Okay, I got a motion, second, executive session for 10 minutes, all in favor say aye. Aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carried.
At 4 o'clock?
We'll come out at probably about 8 after.